All right, welcome to my OS hacking and development environment. Um, Today I'm going to be working on a little bit of terminal emulation features because I ran into this thing that I was trying out Bash inside Serenity, and I thought that it is pretty neat that like basic line editing works. Like you can backspace and erase word and stuff like that. But if you do something like you try to use history, like I'm pressing up, nothing happens. I don't like that, and I also like to be able to press Ctrl+L to clear the terminal, and then this happens. Um, and what actually happened was that Bash was crashing behind the scenes with some not implemented error. So really what that's going to be about is like missing escape sequences that I just don't handle. So unhandled escape sequences essentially in the terminal emulator. So I thought that would work a little bit on that today and try to get some of those things working. I want to get like arrow up to like look through my shell history, and I want to get Control L working. So I thought I'd look at those. Okay, so the very first thing here that I notice is that when we fail, when I press Control+L, there's this very, very opaque error here, right? Like it just says like, oh, assertion failed, not implemented. That's not helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make that error more helpful. And for this, we're going to go in the terminal class. This is the implementation of the terminal emulation window. And in various places here, we call like not implemented. So this isn't very good because as you can see here, all that it does is that it creates this assertion failure, but it doesn't tell us anything about what went wrong or even what line we were on. Like it doesn't give you this file and line, it gives you some assertions.h file and line, which isn't helpful for this. So let's just say that we make our own little thing here. Let's call it unimplemented escape. And let's see. Maybe we can just replace all of the instances of not implemented. Oh, wait, hold on. What am I doing? All of these guys. Because I think that that's what all of those are. Yeah, so we're just going to make that up, and then we go and add this helper function, unimplemented escape, and let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell it which escape this is actually, because I don't have that stored anywhere. So in this case, it's J. Well, I really would have liked it better if I didn't have to do that. Unimplemented escape. Okay, so let's store that somewhere instead, because then otherwise it's going to get confusing. Okay, so let's also add a separate one for xterm escapes, because xterm has its own escape sequences, and I support one of them to change the window title. But anyway, it just has to be handled separately from these other guys. So let's see. So byte and final. So the last character in an escape sequence is called the final character. So that's what we're going to store here. Execute escape sequence. Yep. And then we'll just store it here. And in execute xterm command, go ahead and say go ahead and just put one of those. That's just so I have something to recognize it by. In fact, I'll even make it more recognizable character, because this one you don't usually see in escape sequences. Okay. And then unimplemented escape. I don't know why I can't get to it like that. Okay. Unimplemented escape. So then these guys can just look at mFinal. Okay. Then let's just find a nice place to put that. How about here? I don't know. And I figured we would do something like do I have any way to know? The only way to add text to the terminal is on chart. Okay. Let's just do something like implemented escape. Let's just start with that, and we can add more later. And then in this case, we're going to want it to be slightly different. And then we're going to want to add a way to inject message or inject string. And what this is I'm going to add this function, and all it's going to do is just add that text to the terminal, like wherever the cursor is. Okay. Oops. What's it? Size T. And we are going to also add it here. Okay. And let's see how that looks if we just run it. Didn't work out well at all. Terminal has crashed. Oh, because I probably need to rebuild the entire directory, actually. And I need to also sync. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So if we go into bash and press Ctrl+L, unimplemented escape J. Okay. So that tells us that there's something in the J that's not in the J escape that's not fully supported. But let's go ahead and be even more useful here. Let's do a string builder. And let's do something like implemented escape. Start with the final, and then if in parameters. So if we have parameters, then say let's see, what order do these come in? Bracket, parameter, intermediate, final, right? Okay, so what is the parameter? Let's say vector bytes. Okay. Yep. Actually, we could probably even do like this. Yeah, that'll do just fine. And go ahead and do the same for intermediates. Okay, and we'll just inject that as is. Okay. How do you get to the top? I need to figure that out. Okay. So let's have a look at that. So run the thing, press Ctrl+L, it says unimplemented escape J, and then no more. Why? Oh, it's probably because I I thought that these would be cleared already by the time we got there. So we're in escape J, and maybe if there are no params. Yeah, so I guess we would get there if we have an empty thing. Okay, so let's just go ahead and add a new line like that. Or, well, not a new line, because otherwise that would get messy, but okay, then that's good for now. We can actually look at escape J to see what I wanted. So I guess mode is going to be 0 by default here. We only actually do anything other than 0 if there are some parameters. So that is clear from cursor to end of screen. So for that we could make like a little loop. And that would go something like oh, actually, yeah, we want to do this loop right here. We're starting with this. This is just clearing to the end of the row. And then we also clear to the bottom of the screen. So, intro. From cursor, so end cursor row +1. like that, and we say just row here instead. And maybe we should rename this guy to column, actually, because it's a better name. Okay. So, well, we're handling the sequence now, but as you can see, it doesn't actually clear things, so we're not doing it right. So let's see. Cursor row. Let's say, okay, clear. Let's have a look at where the cursor actually is. And we were at 0, 0 when we were told to do that. So I would actually expect that to clear the entire screen. So what am I missing? Put character at. Character at should probably set that row to dirty. Wait, oh, actually, I forgot to build that thing. Okay, let's try. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we were just not dirtying the thing. So that looks good. So we got Ctrl+L working. And actually, let's make sure that we didn't just introduce a whole bunch of unwanted screen updates. You can see here that terminal is only updating the stuff that actually changes. Yep. Let's just go. Yep. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, so I think that's Ctrl+L working. Let's just look at the patch. Yep. Okay, I think that's fine. So I think we'll make a new commit for that. Terminal. Implement. From cursor to end of screen. Okay. Okie dokie. Now let's have a look at the arrow up stuff. So I know that arrow keys need to send some type of escape sequence to the, like when you press the arrow key in a terminal, then the terminal is supposed to generate an escape sequence for that. And as I recall, it's just generating the standard like move cursor up, down, left, right escape sequences, which are the A, B, C, and D sequences, I think. So I'm just going to cheat and look here what this terminal emulator does in my Ubuntu. So just do cat, press up, yeah, okay, so up is A, down is B, right is C, and left is D. So those are just the standard ones. So then I'm going to go ahead and look in the terminal main loop where we receive events from the kernel. So here we're handling the key down event, and what we're going to want to do is we're going to want a special case here a little bit and do something like if event.key, or actually let's even switch. Let's say event.key.key, that's the one. Case, key code. I gotta include that thing. So we got the key up, yeah, that's what it's called. Then we send and what was that? It was like it was like that, right? Yep. It's 1, 2, 3 characters. It's 3 characters each time for these. And the default is just going to be doing the normal thing. Or for these other guys, for these we're going to have special cases here, right? For the arrow keys. Down. And finally, left is C. Okay. Let's go ahead and test that out. Nothing happens. Well, let's see, it does have the history, but I'm not allowed to up and down through the history. Let's see if it, yeah. But why am I not allowed to up and down? So let's try. Wonder if we're actually generating these things. Did I do it correctly? Let me just double verify here. Just to make sure that I'm sending everything right. Yep. Escape, bracket, capital A. I think that's okay. So what would be the problem here? Let's see if, well, first of all, let's just see what we're actually getting here in the first place. Press stop. I feel like I'm not seeing pressed up. Yep, okay, so we're not even getting the key. So maybe I never even generate the thing. Well, I'm not. That makes sense. Okay, so I never generate the up key. Makes sense that we don't get it. Let's see where it's supposed to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and enable the debug code here in my keyboard driver, and we will run with it on, and then we can figure out keyboard 48 up, 48, 50, 44B. So interesting. It's 48. Hex 48. And oh god, what's that in? 72. Mm-hmm. I think we have about 57 here. So let's say key invalid. I wish that you could do that C99 thing here, but you can't. Let's say, oh god, what am I doing? Such a stupid way of doing this. Okay, let's just 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 39, 40, 41, 42, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 54. Okay. 58, 59, 60. Let's do it like that. And then we can just have I think 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this will be 70. God, this is so silly. And then this guy here would be key up. Okay. I think that will do it. Okay. Let's just try it if we got that right at all. Pressed up. Fantastic. And what else do we have? 50 for down. 40 for right. 40 for left. And 40 for right. 40 for left. I think that was it. Okay, so what are those numbers again? 50, 40, 40. There's left. Oh, that's 77, and then 3 more for 80. Okay, let's see if we got this right. One of these days, I'm gonna have to make this somehow nicer, because this is a really messy way of editing the key map, obviously. Oh, I'm not even going to have any meaningful output, actually. Let's just go ahead and fix that up. Making a terminal directory, right. Okay, now let's have a look. Press up, press down, press left, press right. Hey, it works. Look at that. Up and down works. You can look through your history. That's fantastic, isn't it? Wow. Oh, you can even reverse iSearch. But now you run into some other trouble. This is a term cap problem. I'm not going to deal with that now, but I am happy that that I was able to get the up and down work. That's fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn this into a commit. First thing we're going to do is get rid of these. It's not so important. Right, and then we'll see what else. I'm going to turn off the keyboard debugging again because I don't need that. It does. Okay. Yep. Okay, read the key codes and print them like that. I think that's all good. Well, let's just go ahead and put those in the ABCD order because that would look slightly nicer. Oops. Oh, what am I doing? Alright. Still getting comfortable with this editor, as you can see. Okay, now, how nice does that look? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and commit this. Support, up, down, arrow keys. Add support for keyboard arrow keys. Also the appropriate escape sequences in terminal. History browsing. Basic. Works in Bash. How nice. How very nice. All right, let's push that to the inner world and recap. So I wanted to do Ctrl+L so that I could use that to clear the screen, which is something I always do habitually in Bash, and now that works. I also wanted to be able to do up and down to browse through my history, and now that also works. I'm just going to go and have a look and check if left and right also works for line editing. That does not seem to work. I wonder why that is. Because left and right are reversed. It does actually work. And then we have some term cap problem, but left and right have been reversed. Key right. Wait, did I already screw this up so obviously? Left is supposed to be D. Damn. Alright. See, that's why it's good to test your stuff. Okay. Foo. How very cool. And yeah, term cap failure, whatever. I'm not fixing that now, but left and right obviously works right. Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and set up terminal. Oops, left and right keys were swapped. Okay. Very good. So we got Ctrl+L working to clear the screen, and we got up and down for the history, and left and right to navigate left and right within the line that you're on. And we also added the slightly more informative output when the terminal doesn't support some particular escape sequence. So I think I'm going to be happy with that for this little quick hacking session. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.